right, thank you so much for joining us on our 110th
Woohoo! 110!
Well
edition of Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. My name is Nick Petruski.
I'm Andrew Miller.
And of course, we're the podcast that talks to the people, places, events, and music that make this city the incredible city that it is. And before we get to our very special guest this week, Dave Brown from Ottawa Outdoors Ottawa Magazine and the Outdoor and Adventure Show, why don't we check this out?
Hey, Lunch Out Loud. This is Dave from Ornaments. These kind lads are going to play a couple of our tracks, and if you like what you hear, check us out at ornamentsband.bandcamp.com. Live, we're going to be at Club Saw for the Doldrums Festival March 28th with Pith and the Parenkamas, Dream Phone, and Big Dick. Do it.
All right, thank you so much, Ornaments. So, of course, check them out at the Doldrums Music Festival, March 28th at Club Saw. That's an awesome lineup. So you have Big Dick is the headliner. Whoa. You have Ornaments. That's a big one. Pith and the Parenkamas. And that all gets underway at 8 p.m. on the 28th. So that's excellent. That song was Spend Your Time. We hope you spend your time with us.
Yep.
Jen from Foodie Prints, as always, will come on at halftime. She's a little under the weather, so I hope her and Dawn get well soon. But she still submitted her piece for this week, which is amazing. She's going to go over some family-friendly maple syrup farms because the weather's starting to get a little better for...
That syrup's going to be flowing real good.
Sick.
It's going to be good. So she's going to go over Fulton's Pancake House in Sugarbush. Never been there.
Excellent.
And the Stanley's Old Maple Farm. I haven't tapped a maple tree in 20 years. So
it's grade school.
Yeah,
so
I actually grew up on a farm. Maplehurst Farm was our farm, and we used to do maple syrup way back when.
How did it taste? Did it taste good?
It was fantastic. We did a couple of batches, me and my father, when I was younger, but nothing extraordinary. But I mean, nothing to sell. I mean, but it was delicious.
Yeah, it didn't expand to moonshine or
no, it didn't.
Can you do that?
It was fun.
Now that you're older.
Yeah. Well, maybe look back into that. And she's also going to go over the Arctic Food Fair going over at the Museum of Nature. So all kinds of interesting native to Canada meats there. So that'll be very interesting to hear. And that's at the halfway point. So we're here with our very special guest, Dave Brown. So from the Ottawa Outdoors Magazine. And it's we're very lucky to have him here because in about 8 days... we're launching Ottawa's biggest outdoor and adventure show. So for Andrew and I, we love doing things outdoors, and we love that this city is now really embracing the outdoor culture. We're seeing a lot of new things into the city, more utilization. The NCC wants to use the Ottawa River a lot more.
Yeah,
we're seeing, you have the Mooney's Bay, which is there's a lot more on the water activity, which is good.
That's right. Just around the corner from my place, the commitment to cycling.
The commitment, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's a great point. So there's the public consultations for the O'Connor corridor is going to be coming up within a couple of weeks. So that's going to. I looked at the plans for that. So that's going to be interesting. But the whole scheme, the hundreds of kilometers of biking paths, connecting all the areas of Ottawa. So it's very, very good to have you. And we're going to learn a lot today. But as always, our first thing we like to get to know is, were you born and raised in Ottawa? And you run an amazing magazine. So we'd love to hear, some of your favorite jaunts in this city.
All right. Well, the first question is, raised in Ottawa.
born in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Parents were out there for a few years, and then grew up, a kilometer from where I live now.
Oh, nice.
Married with a 7-year-old son, and he's at the same school I was at.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
Back in 1960, 67 or something like
Have
that.
they changed? Have the teachers changed?
I was going to say, hopefully some of the teachers
just
will change.
exactly.
Is there some turnover from faculty?
Well, one teacher lives in the neighborhood, and she still remembers me well. My French teacher way back then. So
hopefully, he remembers you for a good reason.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Conjugation of verbs.
That's right.
Hell of a
Not a
conjugator.
So that's been great. I have a great time. Went to St. Pat's and Brookville High School. The way Ottawa Outdoors magazine came about was pretty cool. I met a buddy of mine, and his girlfriend was playing ultimate frisbee.
Oh yeah,
and that's been a sport of mine since 1992.
Oh wow! Before it got a little more mainstream.
Well, the league in Ottawa had 32 teams, and I had just graduated from journalism, and I said, "Hey, I'll take over designing the newsletter." And then there's an entrepreneur side to me, and I went, I'm going to launch an Ultimate Frisbee magazine.
Oh, cool!
Because I was playing competitively, and
this is in '92.
This is in 92, 93,
Oh, there's 32
94.
teams. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah,
Wow.
me too. I would have thought it was a bit newer of a sport.
Yeah.
It only started
in the early 90s.
It only hit Ottawa in '86.
Oh wow!
And the sport itself didn't even exist until it began in '68 in the '60s.
That's still a lot older than I would have thought, though.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, and anyways, I took over the newsletters, launched this Ultimate Frisbee magazine, and the way to get advertising I figured out was from the sports stores, and the angle was, hey, when you're not playing Ultimate Frisbee, these athletes are, cycling and canoeing and camping. And then I was talking to this guy, Mark, and I said, it's kind of like an outdoor magazine for Ottawa, and it was just truly the light bulb moment. And I just stared at him and just went, an outdoor magazine for Ottawa. Yeah. And that night I was up till 3 a.m. designing the media kit for Ottawa Outdoors. Yeah. So it was great.
So when you're taking journalism in university?
No, college.
No, just college.
I had done criminology at Carleton.
Okay.
And I met a guy that was a news reporter, and I thought, I could do this. I like the idea of being in journalism. So.
Wow. And then, so did you ever think about, were you always thinking about potential magazines or ideas while you're at journalism college, or?
No.
It just came to you all.
And actually, even as a journalist, as a reporter, I found myself wanting to be more like the PR marketing people I was interviewing.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I got to work as a reporter for The Sun for a year, and then I launched Ottawa Outdoors, but I didn't write the articles. I just, managed the business and hired people to write the articles and edit, and photographers to do the photos and approve the stories. Then, about 10 years or 9 years into the magazine, the Ottawa Citizen called me and said, we want you to write an outdoor column every week. Well, it doesn't hurt that your name's Dave Brown, because Dave Brown from Brown's Beat is in his 70s now, and the name was famous for the Citizen. So I did that for 4 years, and eventually, times changed and they had to cut their freelance budget, but I don't mind. It was a lot of work to come up with a good outdoors column every single week. But great fun.
And so what are some of the sports that you really enjoy doing then?
Well,
more winter, more summer.
I think there's probably I have to say summer and fall, because there's just more to do.
Yeah.
Winter, it's snowshoeing and Nordic skiing and alpine. That kind of covers it. Although, as I was saying earlier, I've got snowboard equipment that's looking to get used.
Oh, there you go.
Tobogganing, because we got a 7-year-old, so it's up to Mooney's Bay, down Dead Man's Hill.
Mooney's Bay. Oh yeah, okay. Right
heading towards the water.
Yeah,
that's my past. But in the I've kind of done everything. I've done rock climbing up in Lusville. I've gone whitewater kayaking, and panicked learning to do your Eskimo roll. And
is there a lot of good whitewater rafting or right closer here, or kayaking? Sorry,
best in the world.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right on the Ottawa River?
On the Ottawa River down by Beatsburg and that way. Absolutely. That's why Wilderness Tours and other whitewater rafting companies do really well. Owl, MKC, it's terrific. We're truly blessed where we're at. We have so much around, and it's all 20 minutes away.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that's Jimmy looking to play.
That's Jimmy. Great name for a dog. So you have a lot of writers with Ottawa Outdoors magazine. How did they come about, get on board? Is just reaching out to you, or did you kind of find them and go, wow, you have some interesting takes
I
on
found one guy, Alan McCartney. He was the editor of the Scouts Leader kind of newsletter magazine thing. And he was the first one. But then I was able to grab articles from the stores, the staff of stores.
Oh, that's an excellent way of reaching out, yes.
You know, they're the experts. And as it turns out, I mean, now there's university students contacting me. I have a team of, probably 15 writers that I just say, what are your ideas? And we rubber stamp them, and they keep coming up with new ideas, which is great. Makes all the content pretty fresh.
Is it helping with it online? You have an excellent online magazine. I know there's several companies out there that do online magazines that offer the services to bring to online. Yours is one of the easiest to use.
Good, yeah.
Online. I did notice that because very quick to load, very good to use. Are you seeing a lot of people look at past issues?
Oh yeah, well, and I, even still, we want to update some of the early years of the magazines. But yeah, I did a lot of research when the digital magazines were out there. I wanted one where the environment is really easy to use and comfortable. A good one is Issue.
Yeah,
ISSUU. But the UDO is another one.
But you're not using Issue, are you?
JUMag. Well, some of the ones on the site are JUMag.
Yes.
Now, but I prefer JUMag now, and that's going to be the new one, just because it's easier to get around.
That's what I was saying, because a lot of mine that I look at are on Issue. But I like the one you're using.
Yeah.
So
well, that's good. And is there capabilities on the online magazine to search for past articles?
Yes.
I mean, like the one I got in my hand here, cycling the capital. Be great, I guess, if somebody feels like going for a bike ride, they can go back into past issues and kind of get information like this. So like, what's a great, a great path that I should be taking?
Well, and instead of doing HTML, which is a lot of work to have the articles in two formats, the digital magazine world, you could Google Ottawa Outdoors and cycling trails, and it's going to pop up with a digital version of a magazine, maybe from 2009.
Oh wow!
That's going to list the article.
Oh, that's great.
How often would you look at updating particular articles regarding separate things? Because there's new snowshoe trails that are always open. I think, didn't Gatineau reopen a ton of new paths this year?
And now they're charging.
Have you heard anything about the charging? How was that taken this first year?
I haven't
been able to talk.
I haven't heard anything yet, but it's they need to make money. People really enjoy it. So
what's the conservation? It's the keep up, so it doesn't go.
Well, that's just it. Realistically, it'll only get better from here on out, right? If people are, if you're putting money into something, it's going to go. It should get better instead of deteriorating.
That's beautiful Gatineau Park, but I'm a big fan of what's available in the urban world. The Greenbelt, as you guys know, here in my backwoods here, we can go into the forests.
Yeah, it's perfect.
There's neighborhood woods all around us. You just have to put on your snowshoes and go exploring. And what I love about the winter is there's no leaves on the trees, so now you get to go through where you never get to go any other time of the year. You have nothing blocking you, so that's got its own adventure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's fine. What are some recent articles or other moments in particular that have wowed you about, like, when you receive the articles from your authors, they made you go, wow, I did not know that we had that in Ottawa, and that's incredible.
I liked some of the, there's been little nooks, like fishing nooks, there's been dog places, dog parks where you could go.
I found the recent article about the first Canadian ski marathon was pretty interesting.
That was great. Jack Rabbit. Well, I'm thinking of Jack Rabbit Johansson, but who's the godfather of Nordic skiing. Go ahead. What were we saying?
Well, yeah, the 2,000 skiers, a 3-day, 15 hours to complete.
Oh, I know.
Those are some interesting.
Yeah, they're huge.
Wow. Yeah.
Canadian
things to build up
CSM.
to.
Canadian Ski Marathon, and then the Gatineau Loppet, which used to be,